Greetings all. Welcome to Aquarian Diary. I'm your host, John Irving. It is March 24th, 2023. As we anxiously await word of the historic indictment of the former President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, I was again drawn to contemplate America's ongoing Pluto return. I am not going to revisit all of the details I have discussed in previous episodes, as that would be redundant. I will put links in the description to those episodes, which I encourage you to review. We are living through a very highly potent, if not epic, astrological period, and this is clearly borne out by recent events. There is so much drama that it is hard to keep up with. However, the final exact of the USA Pluto Return, a rare once in about every 248-year event, occurred just at the very end of 2022. That was a mere 3 months ago. The most intense period of this transit spans from 2021 through 2024, so it is still very highly active. Pluto transits can be so deep and disruptive that it can take many years to process and integrate what they provoke. If we objectively consider the profoundly dramatic events that have occurred during this time frame, they mirror precisely what we might anticipate from an intense Pluto transit. From my perspective, this is irrefutable. There is no doubt that historians and scholars will be commenting on this period for many generations. The threats to the democratic foundations of America have been existential and truly alarming. Some prominent figures have called for the separation of states, others are seeking to redraw state boundaries, talk of succession and even civil war lingers, concerns over political violence persist, and polarization continues to intensify, all very Plutonian. It would be extremely time-consuming to articulate all of the major changes that have occurred in the past few years. The global order has begun to shift. Russia's unprovoked illegal invasion of Ukraine and China assuming a much more openly aggressive posture are two notable examples. The hegemony of the U.S. is suddenly not quite as assured as it was. The likelihood of China supplanting the American empire may be questionable, but the fact it desires to do so is not. To use a tainted phrase, this is now a known known. America has been the dominant geopolitical, military, and economic force on the planet since World War II. It has had an unquestionably significant impact on the world and our collective cultural values. It has also been responsible for many regrettable atrocities and unfortunate actions as well. Again, too many to enumerate here, but think, for example, Vietnam, subversive actions in Central and South America, the Middle East, the war on Iraq, just to name a few. The American political system has become increasingly corrupt, being dominated by special interests. Dark money groups that represent a few wealthy and brazenly narcissistic individuals with grossly disproportionate and undemocratic influence dominate. The media ecosystem and politics is significantly contaminated by outright lies, propaganda, and disinformation, which serve their narrow sociopathic interests. There are elements openly advancing neo-fascist, theocratic, authoritarian, and racially motivated agendas. Under their control, the wanton plundering and destruction of the biosphere would certainly continue unabated. Fascists don't hesitate to employ violence and intimidation and are associated with many brutal historical atrocities. America is armed to the teeth with everything from guns to planet-killing nuclear weapons. Should these trends have advanced unchecked, the outcome could have been alarmingly dystopic, not just for America, but for the whole world. No doubt, similar dark movements abroad would have been emboldened, if not sponsored. Consider the GOP's flirtations with Hungary's Orban or even Putin as cases in point. Quite a conundrum. What to do about an existential threat to planet Earth and all of its inhabitants and countless other life forms. Which brings us back to the former president, who may be the first in American history to be charged with crimes. Crimes that may yet prove to be truly shocking and, as I personally suspect, treasonous, as I have stated publicly here before. That is, assuming the authorities are not too ashamed and embarrassed to publicize all related facts and malfeasance. They may deem it would be too damaging to the reputation of the country and too humiliating to fully disclose. America is a highly patriotic, if not jingoistic, nation, one that has long promoted itself as a beacon to the world. To many, its very existence is manifest destiny. It would take something truly dramatic to alter the course of a nation as powerful and willful as the United States of America. What could possibly be more challenging and traumatic than having its leader exposed as a petty criminal, a con man, a pathological liar, a malignant narcissist, even a traitor? The national psyche would be shaken to its core, if not shattered. Perhaps this is an intervention, a wake-up call that will induce some much-needed self-reflection and promote more humility, a chance to make some course corrections and inspire some needed shadow work and soul-searching, a shock that could potentially alter the course of history and prevent truly calamitous outcomes that could indefinitely plunge the world into darkness. Spirit is not encumbered by the limitations inherent in our meager human minds and brains. It can see past, present, and future potentials on multiple dimensions simultaneously. We must consider, at least, that it is possible that the shocking and tawdry drama of the 45th President of the United States was conspired to wake a nation from a malignant slumber, to avert it from a calamitous path, and to change the course of Earth's history. Pluto makes us aware of our darkest aspects, those we typically avoid acknowledging, much less confronting, so we may heal, transform, or purge them. If time validates my hypothesis, we should be very grateful for this intervention. We can only advance when we have liberated ourselves from our darkness. Pluto's medicine is potent and can be bitter, but it works. Thanks for all your support, your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. And to all of the fantastic people I have done readings for. See the episode description for links to other episodes that are related, or to request a reading with me. My forte is revealing and detailing the intent for this incarnation, to which all other aspects serve. Take care, all the best, and I'll talk to you again soon.